Hey guys, today I'm gonna make a different type of video where I'll be just talking quite a bit about a couple of like tips and tricks that I'm giving to you, just a couple that I haven't seen other players or people suggesting it. Although there might be some of them might be obvious, and let me just get doc. I'm gonna show you this first one that it is quite interesting. So if you're on dock, we know that you can stop the ship if you press Control Space, but it just takes a long period of time for that to do so. So what you need to do in order to stop it faster is just to go against the vector that the ship is, and then stop. So once you're just undocking and you can take a look at the tactical view or the orbit view, and there are some stations that when you undock, it has like a low range type of where you can just dock and undock, and you know if you control space, sometimes that wouldn't work. So what you just need to, in order to stop the ship a little faster, you just go against the vector that the ship is getting taken out of the station. So as you guys can see, we're in this, we're just going forward, so we're just gonna go a bit backwards, and that stops our ship faster. I should I haven't. There we go. I mean, it's basic physics in a way, but yeah. If you only just press Control Stop, it will take a little longer, but yeah. So practice this against like in stations where it has like a small radius. This is actually important, so you don't get too far away from the stations without being able to just redock. Another tip, I'm actually just gonna go to let me see, perimeter. Yeah, has a lot of player-based stations. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna explain another one. So for the example, you have a Kaltari shuttle, and we're just gonna look at the market details, and I have all those also noted here. So if you look at the price history, it's easy to just make buy and sell orders by just scroll wheeling on the price history. As you can see, you can basically just see the average or the media of, and you can put the buy and sell orders based on those. No, it's not like a lot, but it is quite useful. To know that, so you can just do like, buy and sell orders based on the average or, the highest or the lowest. It's a small trick that you probably should know about it. Oh, actually, am I in a shuttle? Let me just check. Because I want to test something with... No, we're... okay, we're good. Okay, I pulse the notes. So, yeah. You don't need to retype the number to beat, competition. However, the specific digit of the field price and scroll wheel, and you can just adjust your price that way to undercut competitors. Shift overheating. So we know overheating, you will need like the skills, you need a thermodynamics. It is used in faction warfare quite a bit, this skill. And what you can do is, you know, we're here tethered to like a player base station. And, you know, if you press, you know, shift, you only need to just hold shift and click. So you don't have to take your eyes off the grid, and you know, letting you to manage a little bit the heat damage with yeah. And the third one is that overheat gets repaired by player base or if you tether to a station. So as you guys can see, I can just have all the modules overheated near a player base stations, and I will always just this is always gonna get repaired. I can even show you. Let me just maybe warp away and overheat somewhere and the afterburner, and then come back. Okay, never mind. Okay, stop. So you guys, it's 20% damage, so it will get repaired. But we need to just approach it a little, I think a little bit far. We're just tethered, but not in the repair range of the station. Am I doing something wrong? I'm pretty sure that that works. You might need to just get a little closer, but I'm somehow... not getting repaired by the structure. You know what, let me just dock and undock. See if that works. It should work. I don't want to repair it inside the stations, that we know that you can do that. It's just one of those things that you can, the modules also get repaired while you are tethered. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I tested before, like, oh, there you go, now it works, there you go. I guess you just need to be a little closer to the stations. And it will also not only repair the ship, it will also repair the modules, as you guys can see. So you can just have like overheat on near station. Just, it could be useful in some combat situations. The third thing is to have a pod saver overview profile. I mean, it's basically just to escape in case you know, get exploded, so you can just warp to one of those you know, planets, suns, moons, you know, absolutely you know, no ships and stations, so you just you know, yeah, switch to one of those celestials, which you just, like, you know, warp to and get out with your pod if you lose your ship. It's pretty useful, but you should have or create one of that where you can customize it, or on, you know, so you can just, like, you know, warp to 0 or warp to that celestial as soon as your pod or as your ship is getting destroyed. Another tip on trick is to use the plastic wrap for couriers. You probably heard about it. As safety, so if you just keep fully fitted ships or organized markets stacked together, place them into a courier contract to your alt. This bundles the items into a plastic wrap, and if the structures gets destroyed, the wrap goes into the asset safety completely intact. And it just keeps you perfectly organized. Also, like the plastic wrap, you can put plastic wrap into plastic wrap, but that way you won't be able to see the inside, or a courier won't be able to see that what he's transporting. That's about the plastic wrap. And I have one more thing which is also very cool, and is that you don't need to fit manually fits from the website. You can just copy raw text and import from the zKillboard or Eve Benchmark. I can show you. So you have this guy's fit. I'm just gonna save it. First, you'll probably just need to be logged in as well, and you just save the fit, and the fit will be shown by the players' names. You can just browse, players' name that you copy that, and it will just be there, and your personal fittings all fully fitted, which is pretty cool. You don't have to just build this from scratch or anything. So yeah, that's about it, about like a couple of cool tricks that you can do in EVE Online. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.